tonight for the right to face the Suns as the 7th seed in the West. Oh, please, Richard, you're going to be glued to every minute. The loser is going to face the Grizzlies or Spurs in an elimination game on Friday on ESPN. Now, Tuesday, Anthony Davis stressed the urgency the Lakers need to bring to the Warriors.
It is a big game. It's playing Steph Curry and the Warriors, and it's always a tough matchup when you play on those guys when Steph is playing. So, we look at it as a game 7 for sure, because you only get to play. You play these guys one time in the play-in tournament. So we look at it as a game 7 for sure, and it's a must-win for us.
Perk, what would you tell the Lakers if you were in that locker room tonight? How should they approach this game?
Well, first of all, continue to hang their hats on the defensive end, right? Don't shy away from that. But I would tell the Lakers, if I'm Frank Vogel, hey, guys, we have to live in the paint, right? We got so much size, athleticism. We're big. We should dominate the paint, especially when they move Draymond to the 5. So they should kill in the interior part. Defensively, make someone else beat them. I know that's easier said than done, but get the ball out of Steph Curry's hands. Make Andrew Wiggins have to put up, make 25 to 30 points to beat you, or even make Draymond Green have to play great offensively. So if I'm Frank Vogel, those are the messages I'm delivering tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree with Perk. Look, I saw a stat that Frank Vogel. But just hush. Just for now, just on this point, dude. Just give it some time. We're in the first block. I've seen, Frank Vogel has been the #1 defensive coach 3 different times, and he's been a top 3 defensive coach of a team another 3 times. And so when Perk says hang your hat on your defense, that's what you have to do. But defense is this. Defense is not when someone gets hot in the first quarter. If someone gets hot, yeah, you got to make adjustments, but you also have to stick to your game plan. If they can make someone else, not necessarily beat them, because Steph can still have at 35, 40, even if you're double teaming him. But if you let the other guys are the ones that are having to knock down shots, you're staying at home, you're sending 2 people, and you like you said, take care of the paint. That's when the Lakers can have a chance. But make no mistake, the Lakers are 2 games away from not being in the postseason. 2 losses. Let's keep this is a game 7. Game 7, because you just don't know injuries and all this other stuff. So the Lakers should be stressed.
Like a game 6.5?
It's still a 7. You get 2 shots at a 7. That's the only thing I'm going to say. 2 shots at a game 7.
What would you tell the Lakers, Sheed? What's your strategy for tonight?
Well, I would go with the hat trick with the other 2 guys. Said definitely hang your hat on defense. If you look at the veteran core guys that are going to be playing, they're the vets. You got the AD, and then you got the new other AD, Andre Drummond, and of course you got LeBron, and a lot of those guys are veterans, so they know what's at stake. So it's not really like in the locker room, I got to be pumping the fist, all rah, all in your ear, playing all the hype music. No, you know what's at stake here. Look, we are first of all, us repeating is on the line, and that right there holds a lot of weight. Then, because who wants to be known as the champions that couldn't even make the playoffs the following year after they won it? You know what I'm saying? So that's going to hit hard with them too. But I think overall, it's going to be a good game. And again, I agree with you, Perk. You cannot count Steph out, but you do have to make other people beat you. You gotta throw 2 and 3 people at Steph. And if Draymond ends up with 25, 30, or as you said, Wiggins or any of the other guys end up with that high caliber amount, then, hey, you did your job. But look, somebody else going to beat us. We can't allow this man to shoot 50 feet from the basket and all splashing and running down there shimmying. No, we can't allow that. They got to lock that up. It's going to be hard as hell on Dennis Schroeder. I'm going to let you know that now. He going to help. You better.
One of the keys to playing Steph and playing the Warriors has been the teams that have been successful, and Richard, you were on one of them, has to be physical with him. Dennis Schroeder, who is going to be one of the prime defenders on him tonight, is still recovering and coming back from his COVID absence. I talked to him a little bit yesterday about this. He said his conditioning is still not 100% there yet, so that will be interesting to watch. So you guys all mentioned defense. And I do want to get to one thing, Richard, is that, look, this team finished #1 in defense, which is remarkable considering that they're by far 2 best defensive players. Anthony Davis and LeBron James missed big chunks of the season. And yes, they can hang their hat on that tonight. But, Sheed, it reminds me kind of your teams, right? The team that won the title, the teams that were in the finals after that. how much do you have to do by committee, and how do you work the chess match with when does Anthony Davis move to the 5? When does Draymond move to the 5? Who's going to dare who to go small first or stay big or any of that? How does that work, Sheed?
Well, if I'm frank, I'm gonna stay big. Look at who I got. I got AD.
Ron,
I got
AD.
Gasol. I got Drummond. Like, yo,
another
Brian,
AD.
like, yo, why am I going to go small? No, we're going to stay big. Make them match up with us. Don't go the other way. You know, it's been going the other way for years. The Warriors have always been made teams match up with them. You know, you got to match up with Clay. You got to match up with Steph. And their other great supporting cast that they had in those times when they were winning the championship. Now, no, you gonna match up with me. All these bigs, you ain't get all those bigs for nothing. No, you better put them bigs out there and mop through these cats, man.
Yeah, and my thing is this: when you were talking about Schroeder, that's having to guard, you don't guard Schroeder. You know, this morning in shoot around and all of those moments. So, you know, just for anybody that's wondering what it's like to guard Steph, it's a 24-hour job. Yeah. It's not just half court. Yeah. It's not just at the other free throw line or full court. Yeah. No, your brain is cooking right now.
I'm pretty sure he had you spinning in circles. But listen, real quick, Rachel, I want to say this, right? Look. Another way to help their defense is by making Steph Curry play defense, right? Like, spend some of that energy on the defensive end, search him out, make him guard, because he already has to work so hard offensively to get open and to get his shot off, because the offense is ran through him and he's 80% of the offense. So make him spend some of that energy on the defensive end.
I love it. I love it. Well, it's going to be interesting. We'll certainly talk about things from the Warriors side a little later in the show. You'll hear my conversation with Draymond Green. And coming up right next, you can see my joy every time you're on the show. I am so thrilled you're back with us. And we're getting to get into Warriors, Lakers in a bit, guys. But we got to start in Boston, where Washington's biggest problem last night wasn't Russ accidentally hitting Alex Len in the face on a putback. It was Jason Tatum, who scored 50 points on the Wizards and on fellow St. Louis native Bradley Beal. Tatum's performance secured the 7th seed in the East, a date with the Nets. Here is Jason postgame.
I know that my teammates, you know, I've earned their respect. I've earned the respect of the guys that I play against and the coaches. And, you know, I believe myself, and that's all that matters.
No, it's always exciting to see him go off the way he goes. So, you know, we're gonna need that throughout this whole run.
Said I know a lot of his moves, so a lot of it I was there, but you know, I'm only 6'3", so I wish I was 6'9" with robotic arms. But you know, he's a special talent.
That's amazing from Bradley Beal, of course. He and Tatum went to the same high school. Brad's been a mentor to Jason, and Jason said after the game last night, he said, look, I knew I had to win because I was not going to hear this from Brad for the rest of my career that I didn't. Sheed, what did you learn about the Celtics last night?
That we already knew that Jason Tatum was a monster. Right. Like he's a young monster that's on that killing spree. Like you said, Jason Voorhees. But no, he had a great game last night, and he did what he was supposed to do. Kemba, we seen the old Kemba as well. We seen the Charlotte Hornets Kemba, you know, that's going to make that hesitation crossover move, come back and pop that tramp in your face. You know, and that's what they need. Unfortunately, of course, they're missing Jaylen Brown, but you know, they still got to push on without him. He's still getting that paycheck. But, hey, they're going to have to come out and do that same performance or better in this next game. Yeah,
they are. Look, I love the way Boston is playing. They're still growing because, again, they had all the excuses. Jaylen Brown is out. You know, the Wizards have been playing well over the last few weeks. Russ has been on fire. Bradley Beal, you know, he's been nursing an injury, but he's had an outstanding season. But really and truly, the way the Boston Celtics play, Tristan Thompson played great for them in the middle. And really, when Jason Tatum is doing that, he looks like one of the top 5 players in the league. And I'm not talking about because he scored 50. It's because the way he did it. You put a little guy on him, he's going to shoot over top. You put a bigger guy on him, he's going to take him off the dribble. When you start seeing the completion of his game, then it's just a matter of raising that level, and it's just impressive.
Well, the thing is about Jason Tatum, right, when I watch him, is sometimes I watch him play, and he plays like he's 6'4" at times, right? Settling for jump shots, sidestep three-point shots, and things to that nature. But last night, he played 6'9", like he was 6'10". He attacked the paint. He got to the free throw line. But the biggest thing to me was Evan Fournier. Right, he's been playing exceptionally well since he got past the COVID situation, and he's starting to feel good. So the trade looks good on Danny Ainge's part because they could re-sign him, but he knocks down open shots. He's excellent off the ball. He could move well off the ball, and his energy is contagious. I saw a lot of player movement last night in the offense, and that goes credit to Evan Fournier because that's what he does.
Yeah, and look, to me, what I didn't learn, as you guys said, Jason Tatum is good. We already knew that. But Jason Tatum has been identified as a high-talent player since the draft, certainly since his first year in Boston. But the question is always, can he fulfill his full potential? And it's a little bit of a trick question because we think his potential is, as you say, Richard, maybe a top 5 player in the league. That is a huge bar to get up to. And it's games like last night coming through when it's do or die. You're the one who goes out and drops 50. That tells me he is on that path still. That is pretty cool to watch. All right, guys, I do want to touch to Lakers.